Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of December 3rd through 16th, 2024. This is a reading if you're Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, or have another significant Cancer placement in your chart. Excuse me. If you're new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you're returning, welcome back. If you are interested in doing readings with me, I do have a link from a gift card in the description box below. I'm offering $20 off right now for the holidays. For readings with me. You also can check out my website linked in the description below if you want to know more about the services that I offer. And if you want to follow me on Instagram on transition.life.coaching, I do a mostly daily live stream where I try to do a daily reading for people, and we talk about different spiritual coaching topics, really, which is the kind of work that I do. So feel free to check any of that out. So we are in Mercury retrograde right now, and Mars is also about to go retrograde. So this is going to be a rather tricky period for a lot of people. If we delve into your reading, you seem to be kind of hanging back from people right now. You've got the Sphinx card, so maybe you have been very quiet, keeping to yourself, not sharing a whole lot of things, being mysterious, as Sphinx tends to be. I don't know, this could also be because you may be doing a deep dive into yourself. You have it with the 12th house card. So there's definitely the sense that maybe when the 12th house shows up, you may be very intuitive, but I think there's also the sense that you are, both of these have to do with what's hidden. You may be delving into aspects of your identity, trying to understand more about your own narratives, who you are, the way you present yourself. But with this card, there's a sense of trying to discern between what's real and what's fantasy for yourself as well. So I just feel like you're in this very nebulous space right now, and I feel like you just kind of have to wait it out a little bit to see where you're going to end up. Because certainly with Mercury retrograde, it seems like it is affecting the first house here. So maybe you're just not clear about where you're going right now. And you got more Piscean energy in the second house of Taurus. So this is saying, in faith and trust, you must surrender to what is. And you have it with fire. So this suggests to me that there's going to be an inspiration coming as far as money goes. You may be inspired to, quote unquote, burn up, debt and get rid of things. I don't feel it's like burning through money, but with Piscean energy, you do have to be careful that you are showing an awareness of where you're at financially. But fire does indicate an inspiration, so I feel like you are rather driven to try to deal with financial issues and problems and to sort them out. But you may be in a situation where you don't have all the information yet, and this Pisces card seems to indicate that you need to just kind of surrender to whatever's going on right now, because you will get to where you need to be. There's Capricorn energy in the house of Pisces, actually. I'm just going to go backwards for a minute here. And you have it with the Ankh. So I don't know. There's this thing around work and your own happiness. Because when Ankh shows up, this is about what makes you feel alive. Okay, what's vital to you? What's part of what you really care about? And Capricorn is this very strongly Saturnian energy that says, you have to take the slow steps and put in the work and be persistent. It may also be, in a negative sense, Capricorn can make us be overly focused on money and finances, okay? And it's interesting that you have the Pisces card. Well, this is in the Taurus house, but in an Earth house, and you have an Earth sign in the Pisces house. So, there seems to be this need to balance where you're going financially and what you need with where your heart is, okay? And where your heart is very important for you, because certainly you are a water sign, and that is something vital. In fact, in your own 4th house, you have Seth. So I don't know if there's problems at home or if there's problems with family. We do have it with Thoth. Thoth, I don't know. There could be matters that need to be healed right now. Could be some karmas that are being paid off right now. That might be part of things. For some of you, this could have to do with legal matters, because you also have it with Libra. So Libra is about, Libra can be about going to court over certain things, or, signing contracts or papers. Do be aware that during Mercury retrograde, this is not a great time to do that. So if there's lease renewals and stuff coming up, if you can possibly wait until after the 15th of December, that would be ideal. But there's, if you can't, you can't. But there's just something here that's going on. And I don't know, with the Libra card here, this could have to do with the partnership in a home. Maybe if you are a landlord, maybe you're having trouble getting a tenant out. Maybe if you are a, how can I put that? If you are, I don't know. There just seems to be, Libra can also have to do with another person or a partner, or just somebody in a particular situation that might be part of the issue. That's why I mentioned that. But take it as it resonates for yourself. But certainly at the most basic level, Libra it's called I balance. There could be this idea of needing to balance things within the home, and maybe finances are part of that, and maybe this has to do with family as well. So take that as it resonates there for you. It's going to be different for everybody. In the Gemini house, now this is where Mercury retrograde is at its strongest, because this is a Mercury ruled house. You have Black Moon Lilith with Osiris here. Okay, so things are basically stable. Like, I think you basically are taking control of things. In the House of Messages, this suggests to me that things are stable. But with Black Moon Lilith, there could be something going on in the background here, something that you're not seeing. Something that you kind of feel like your gut instinct is telling you is there. Like, everything looks okay, but it's like, I don't know. Is there somebody talking behind my back? Is there something going on? I mean, Black Moon Lilith suggests that something kind of lurks in the background. And the fact that this is showing up in the house of communication, it's something that is not, everything looks stable, but there's something that's not clear to you right now. So, I don't know. So you need to, again, because I feel this is largely part of the retrograde. So whatever may be in shadow here, I think is going to come to the surface. And so we'll see whether that shows up in other places in our reading here, where that might be apparent. The main place I'm seeing it, actually, the 6th house, which is Virgo, which could have to do with job or work, can have to do with health for some people, or literally just anything that you're worried about, because Virgo is the house of worry, okay? So this doesn't necessarily have to do specifically with any of those two things. But speaking of debt, you've got South Node with Urias here. So Urias does seem to indicate, finding out things that are hidden, maybe having some twists and turns. And South Node has to do with past people. So there could be a past person who turns up and comes back, and maybe you're not sure why they're turning up or what they're doing, what they want. Or maybe it just seems like they're in the background, like watching your social media account or something. I don't know, but whatever it is with South Node, this is somebody, it's almost like there's like a confrontation, or it's like one of those relationships or conflicts or partnerships that comes up during Mercury retrograde so that you can solve it, okay? So whatever comes up for you right now with respect to this that you might be worried about, the whole point is that, this is the payment of the debt. This is how you need to solve something, okay? And again, this could be related to work. For some people, it could have to do with health issues being finally solved. Maybe something unexpected is coming up with that. But again, Urias to me is not a negative. Urias is just simply saying, look, there's a twist or turn ahead, look out. And this twist and turn is occurring so that you can resolve some kind of an issue once and for all. If I look at your 10th house of career, you have the 11th house card, which is a card of destiny, okay? But it's also a card of friendship. And you have it with Anubis. So Anubis seems to indicate being able to navigate difficulty, for one thing. So if there are any other difficulties around your career right now, you will be able to maintain your boundaries and also negotiate things in a manner that is reasonable and friendly, and perhaps even with a sense of humor. But with the 11th house, there definitely seems to be the support of others. Look to friends for support and allies in situations. Whatever's happening, if there is something happening in the 10th house, this definitely shows protection. So I don't know. So I feel like right now you are just in the midst of negotiation. And again, seeing all these cards, like these Pisces cards and things over here, there may be some changes that are coming about, but I feel like the changes that you are facing right now, or whatever you're facing that looks uncertain down here, is because there's just some kind of a karmic situation that is finishing up. So again, I think that's going to be different for different people, but take it as it resonates. Let's look at your 9th house, which is, it's Sagittarius energy, which is Jupiter ruled. And you have Bastet. So this is in the house of, this has to do with long distance travel, higher ed, sometimes with spirituality. And Bast is a very social card. So you have it with Neptune. So to see it in this house, Neptune, I think, encourages us to look at the bigger picture. They're calling this a card of sacrifice. So I always kind of think of it kind of like hanged man type energy. It's like you're looking at the bigger picture and seeing what needs to be changed, what maybe you might need to give up. Maybe there is a situation where a change is necessary. But again, there's this strong social card here with Bastet. I feel like maybe you're being called to be more creative. Sometimes Bast comes up when we're learning a skill like music, art, dancing, something like that. I mean, it is always possible. But Neptune is also very, very highly intuitive and spiritual. So I don't know, you may be being called to work that is more intuitive and maybe less intellectual in some way, if that makes sense. Yeah, I just feel like you're being called to develop something. I saw there's a new deck that I got, and the Hierophant card in that deck was really interesting because it said, I have 3 eyes. I look with 2 of them and see with the 3rd. So that's kind of almost the vibe that I have, that like you're learning to see with the 3rd. And maybe you're good at that already. You are a water sign, so you're already very intuitive, but there's definitely a sense that you are being asked to broaden your horizons in this way, focusing more on what you know intuitively, and perhaps even what you know in terms of spirituality. But Neptune also may say, we need to have sacrifice. Don't forget, Neptune is in Pisces right now, but also Saturn is there. So there's this kind of tension that we have between what we intuit or what we dream and what we need to bring that down to reality and to manifest it. Now let's look at the 11th house, which is Aquarius energy. Yeah, you've got Jupiter here. So there's a chance here for you to expand your horizons, to manifest, and you have it with water. So yeah, there's shift and change that's going on. This could be new friendships. These could be new friendships abroad or someplace where there's water. But I feel like this is kind of like telling you to go with the flow. And you are flowing towards abundance. You are flowing towards things, towards expanding your horizons, towards obstacles lifting. Like that's really the strong sense of this card. So really right now, especially with all of this 12th house, Pisces, Neptune, you have a lot of energy that says things are kind of nebulous right now. You've got Black Moon Lilith who says, maybe you're not seeing things very clearly at the moment, but there's some kind of business that you're finishing right now. And when you finish that business, and this may be connected to, I see home and family, I see potentially a job, I see potentially, for some of you, this could be a health issue that's being resolved. But whatever it is, it's just, this is like the payoff of a debt and getting you back into balance, maybe getting you back into connection, or maybe certain connections are going to be resolved, or helping you get back into a place. Because Libra also has to do with justice and fairness. So, I feel like there's definitely a rebalancing that is going on here with regard to, and like I said, these are the areas. 4th and 6th house are home, family, work, sometimes mother energy for some people, and also just general worry and anxiety. Okay, so let's look at, what are we missing here? Let's look at let's look at your 8th house, which is your house of transformation, which is Scorpio energy. And you have Crook and Flail with the moon. So Crook and Flail shows up when we need to be a little bit more disciplined about things. This also, though, shows up when we're about to increase our visibility, okay? So there may be something where you're going to be more recognized for your work, maybe seen more as an authority. There could be legal matters that are coming on with regard to inheritance and so forth with for some people. Again, that might be a very specific message. And you do have the moon card here, which again is definitely your energy. This is really a very strong healing vibe with the moon, but it can also indicate a sense of wanting to withdraw, but I don't know that withdrawal is really what it's telling you to do right now, because Crook and Flail is telling you to kind of be out there. Maybe right now you're feeling like withdrawing, and it's saying, no, this is a time for you to be visible. And I am hearing that message for a lot of people, that it's time for you to be visible. But again, there's this relying on our intuition, and it is definitely driving us towards healing. So with the moon, things may not be entirely clear right now, and that might concern us. But but you've got a ton of water energy in this reading. Like I said, I'm seeing 12th house, Pisces. You've got moon, you've got Neptune. There's just a lot here and then you've got the water card itself. there's a lot here that suggests to me that things are kind of in a state where, again, your intuition is going to tell you more than the logic that you see in front of you. Okay, so let's look at your houses of relationship. Now, if you're single, I'm going to interpret it that way first, and then we'll talk about it in terms of if you're a married person and not looking for love. But if I look at this in terms of somebody who's single, okay, you've got Hathor in the 5th house. So this is again, the strong Virgo, strong creative energy. For some people, this could be a woman, but it could also be somebody who's kind of like more like Taurus or Virgo. Like there's a strong energy here of somebody who's just very organized and kind of has their act together. Maybe giving off a strong Queen of Pentacles vibe, like somebody who makes you feel at home. And you have it with Aquarius. So for some of you, this could be somebody, it could be an Aquarius, but it could just be somebody who's very far away. Aquarius tends to have to do with technology and future thinking things. So I don't know if, I don't know. My gut feeling is that we may be dealing with somebody, again, could be somebody who's an earth sign, could be an air sign, but somebody who is potentially at a distance from you. Maybe even somebody who's been a friend who's going to become more than a friend. That's quite possible. But we have here in the 7th house, okay, you have air with Saturn. So whatever's going on here, Aquarius can also be somebody who just wants to be friends right now. And that kind of, with air here in the 7th house, yeah, there's definitely there's more of a detached vibe to this. Friendly, okay, but detached. And with Saturn, it seems like this, if there's possibility for new relationship here, this is something that's going to take some time to build. Saturn is kind of like having to go through all the steps, having to take things slow and steady, no quick fixes, that kind of a thing. And Saturn often shows up with relationships when either we have to wait or when relationships are going to occur when we're a little bit older. So I don't know. There's a very strong sign here for either earth or air particularly. But I feel like right now this is just like, putting the work into something, building something. If you're already married, then there could just be some things going on in your relationship that need to be discussed. And that, these may be things that take time. That may be a bit of a challenge. You could be challenged. Your spouse could be challenged. And also, if you're not none of those things, this could be a business partnership or something else. But Saturn here suggests that you need to, there's just something here that needs to be corrected or worked through. Saturn sometimes also says things may not feel very good right now, but they will improve. Okay, so things will change. Sometimes Earth just indicates don't take things too seriously. Take it as it resonates. And again, for those of you who are not looking for love or who are, already in a serious relationship, then this can also just indicate people that you might be working with to take you in new creative directions. Okay, and it could be a female in particular who is helpful here, but there's definitely this idea that you're being shown the wave of the future, and that whatever you do creatively. And again, when I say creative, you don't have to be you don't have to be an artist, a musician, or something like that. It's just something that you maybe created. Maybe you may be kind of looking towards the future in terms of how you're going to either approach a project or approach something. Sometimes this has to do with children as well, so this may affect them as well if children are involved. So again, take it as it resonates, but I feel like this is an energy here in the Leo house of friends being involved, or something that is going to be very future oriented, being part of the equation here if we're talking about something creative. So, okay, overall we have Lotus. And Lotus is a card of saying peaceful continuity, basically. Although, interestingly, you have with the Solar Eclipse card, which is a card of revolution. So, I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of shakeups recently. There may even be more shakeups, but I don't feel like it's something you really have to worry about. Again, I feel like you need to go with the flow. You're being pushed towards whatever your destiny is. And you know what? You're not alone. Everybody's being pushed towards this. I'm definitely seeing this in a lot of places. If you know your astrological chart, see where your North Node is. The North Node may show you where you're going. Also check out where Pluto is right now, because Pluto is in Aquarius. Wherever Aquarius is in your chart, may indicate areas where you're going to feel like you're being pushed to make changes. And for some people, sometimes it starts out as something unpleasant that later becomes, this kind of revolution that later becomes something that's actually proves to be beneficial. So it's saying, yeah, whatever shakeups you've had, don't worry. It's not like your life is going to be completely upended. If you've dealt with endings or you've dealt with certain changes, it's because you're being pushed in a new direction. So let's pull a rune for you, and let's see what we've got here for Cancer. Okay, yes, literally just what I said. You've got Uruz, which is the Taurus rune, and it basically says opportunities. It's a rune of strength. Okay, it's saying to have strength, have courage. And it's opportunity that might be disguised as a loss for some people. So if there has been something recently, you've got this Neptune, the sacrifice card, which sometimes shows up when we do have to give something up. You have this revolution card, which can indicate you've had shakeups that have made you feel like, okay, I don't really know what's going on here. But this is just saying whatever's happening here, it's an opportunity for you. And that's just so interesting that I pulled that rune when I was saying that. So yeah, so whatever's going on right now, just understand that whatever you're not sure about, it's okay. Like I said, you're in retrograde. The truth is most definitely going to come out of whatever's going on, or the path is going to become clear. But whatever it is, and if there's something even that you need to give up in all of this, like, don't worry. It's literally taking you in a much better direction. So I hope this reading helps, Cancer. If you did like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about future videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.